Hello and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today we are going to make a goat milk soap using this fragrance from Be Scented Rose Quartz, and I've soaped with this before. It smells so good. It is floral, but it's not a like grandma rose scent. It's more updated. It's really good. It soaps really well, and again, goat milk soap. And so this was the inspiration, Rose Quartz. We're coming into spring and I've got flowers on my mind. Here in Middle Tennessee, the daffodils have started to sprout, and it always just cheers me up after a winter to see the daffodils poking their heads up. So I'm thinking florals, which is a stretch for me. I am not a big floral girl, but this Rose Quartz, I love it. So I also have these beautiful rose buds I got on Amazon. I'll try and find a link. They're just so pretty. So each bar is going to get a rose bud on top. And if you've been with me for any amount of time, you know I'm not huge on botanicals on my soap, but once in a while it just calls for it. Well, this is one of those times. And these have a beautiful rose scent to them, these dried buds. So they're just gorgeous. So those will be going down on each bar, and let's talk about the color swirl. We got to do some pink swirls to go with the whole rose theme. So I'm going to use my French silk stockings from Wholesale Supplies Plus. It is the perfect blush, like ballet pink. I love it. So that'll be a swirl, and then I'm going to do Fairy Tale Pink from Wholesale Supplies Plus. Those two together are going to make this swirly and rosy and everything early spring for me. I'm just loving it. I'm in the mood for some spring soaps. So that's what we're doing today. I've got to get everything pulled together, and let's come back and make some Rose Quartz soap. All right, we are back with all of the oils and butters, and it's time to add the additives. We're going to do milk in oil method with my goat milk here. So let's go ahead and add that in. We've got the goat milk in. Now we're going to do our colloidal oats and our kaolin clay. This is about, I would say, 1 tablespoon of colloidal oats. And again, with the clay, I'm going to do about 1 tablespoon. This is a 2 tablespoon scoop, so I'm doing about half. And it's a little loosey-goosey. A rule of thumb is 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon per pound of oils for your additives, and you're within a safe zone. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for here. Let's get these blended in, and I do have the fragrance already in my oils because this fragrance has a great reputation for behaving itself, so we shouldn't have any issues with it. So it's already in here. Smells really good in here. So let's get this blended. Okay, we are back. Here's the oils with the additives. Here's our lye solution. It has cane sugar, tussa silk fibers, and sodium lactate in here. And I'm excited to do this today because I'm working with my little Amazon mold here, and it is a single loaf. I'm going to try pouring on an angle. You can't do this with a big slab mold. So the tipping thing, I have a washcloth here and I have the little lid, and I'm going to use that to prop my mold up. And so my design idea is to pour one color on an angle and do a little mica line with my shimmer gold mica from Nurture Soap. This is just a rock star gold mica. It's so pretty. So do a little mica line and then tip it the other way, do another color, and then mix what I have left over for a swirl. So I'm going to split this into 3 containers with my colors, and that's what I'm planning on doing. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited to get back into doing some things like this that you can do in a single loaf mold that you cannot do with a big slab mold. So this is going to be fun today. So let's get our lye in here, and we'll just go up to a nice light trace emulsion and get our colors split, and then I will do some more blending after that. All right, it's getting a little thick here, so I am going to be pouring it, and I'll probably break through the mica line, but I think it's going to look cool. It'll look, you know how quartz has that marbling? So I'm actually okay with that. I'm going to go ahead and pour on the same angle with my darker pink here and let it break through a little, because it's inevitable, I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. If I pour real slow, we shall see. We are back. It has been 24 hours and I'm so happy with how these came out. They just look so pretty. That's what I'm thinking, pretty. And I don't think these went through gel phase. I'm gonna need to figure something else out. I had a little heating pad. I put a cooler over the top of these and a blanket, but I don't think it built up heat mass. So I've been thinking about that. I'm either gonna need to do like the oven method that Holly's soap making does, or get my little heating pad out and put on there, because I don't think this went through gel phase. And because I don't think it went through gel phase, it may be a little soft today, so may have to wait. There's only one way to find out. Let's get in here and see, first of all, if this is firmed up enough. And second of all, if we went through gel phase and how those swirls came out. I know I did break through the gold mica line on the second pour, but I think it's going to look really marbly and pretty, or quartzy, I should say, because this is rose quartz. All right, let's get in here and see what we've got. Going with our single bar cutter today, and I love this because I can not hit a rose. When I do the multi-bar, you have to be really careful about where you place your embeds and things on top, but with the single bar cutter, I've got a little more freedom, and I'm loving that. And I want to say, with this little Amazon mold, I have been getting 9 big beefy 5 to 5.5 ounce bars off of this little loaf. So I also want to show you, this is the heating pad. I got it on Amazon. It's just a little electric heating pad. It's got a very low setting. And I was using this in the winter. I would put my big slab mold on here and turn it on low just for a little bit, and then turn it off if I felt like I wasn't going to get gel phase. My studio is in the basement of my house and it gets very cold. So I'm going to be bringing this out next time I make soap to try and get a gel phase with my little single loaf. So I wanted to show you that. Now let's get in here and see what's going on the inside. This was a fun one to make, and it smells so good. Again, it's definitely floral, but it's not like a grandma type scent, and I'm a grandma, so I don't say that derogatorily. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. That is so pretty. And the breakthrough, I think, is totally fine. I'm loving it. And that ballet pink it's just really beautiful and muted. I think these are very pretty. What do you think? So one of the other things here, as I'm getting used to making smaller batches, I will show you. Let me cut this bar and see if what I think is happening is, okay. So I don't know, but it looks like I might have some little bit of glycerin rivers or glycerin spots because I do wet my micas in water to make them easier to blend in. But because I'm making such smaller batches, that ups my water volume more than I'm used to. I had a lot of freedom in my big batches. I had a lot of wiggle room, but I'm going to have to be a little more careful with these tiny batches because I think I'm getting some glycerin dots, which is no big deal. Glycerin rivers, glycerin dots, it is a naturally occurring thing in soap. It can happen a lot when you have excessive or full water amounts, and it does not harm the soap or take away from the goodness of the soap at all. It's just an aesthetic thing. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm going to hit the rose there. Let's go a little bit this way. This is going to be a skinny bar. Maybe I'll keep that for myself. I'm just loving the swirls. This was fun to make too, and tip that mold on its side. You know, I have an opportunity to do some things that I can't do in a big slab mold, which I think is really fun. And you can just barely see the little mica lines. It just adds a little pretty dimension in there. So these are a little bit soft, and I don't think I went through gel phase. I really don't. It doesn't feel like it went through gel phase. So I'm going to probably wait a day or two before I come in and do my beveling and stamping on these. So like I said earlier, when I'm using my multi-bar cutter or cutting these the full 1 1/4 inch, I get 9 bars, but because these are going a little slim because of the roses, I'm going to get more bars today, but they're going to be smaller bars. They're going to be 1/2 inch to 1 inch bars instead of my normal 1 1/4 inch bar. That's all right. I think they're great. See, that's a thin slice, but it got a rosebud. Makes me happy. Well, we'll just keep cutting these, and I'm going to wait a day. We'll come back in for the beveling and stamping and all of that. Oh, the swirls are so pretty. And I just want to thank you so much for watching and joining and being part of the Ellen Ruth Soap team. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, but you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying really hard to hit 100,000 and get my silver button. I'm so close, I can taste it. I'm really excited. I honestly never thought that my channel would grow like this. I just did it for fun and sharing, and I'm so blessed. So thank you for watching, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Help me get to 100,000. I'm thinking about doing something special when we hit 100,000. I'm going to unlock the vaults and share a recipe that I have not shared yet. So that'll be fun. And I just really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. I really hope it blesses you on your soapy journey, whether you're a maker or you just like to watch things being made. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. All right, I'm just getting ready to do my beveling and stamping, and I wanted to check back in with you all. It's been about 48 hours since we cut this, and all the little glycerin dots have absorbed in or saponified or whatever it was they were doing. Because this didn't go through gel phase, it still had a little more business to do, and they're gone. It's perfectly smooth. I think they look fabulous. I am so happy. So just wanted to give you an update on that. There's the final looking bar. Loving these. Let's get to beveling and stamping.